Gonna have a pretty short one for you today. We're starting off the day at 15 below zero. Not really gonna be doing anything outside. I haven't been up to much. Just going to work every day and trying to keep warm and just make it through this cold snap, get out on the other side, and then back to getting things done. But I'll show you what I have been up to. It's inside, just a little bit to keep my my brain functioning. Help keep the boredom from setting in too hard. Last thing I want is cabin fever. Keone's in her spot, ready to protect the property if she has to. And little Bee's just looking out the window, seeing what's going on, and saying thank you that I'm inside and not outside because it's really cold out there. And so what I've been up to in this cold snap is penny roll hunts. Just looking for wheat pennies and copper pennies. And the best box I have had was the very first box that I got. In that very first box, I was able to get 3 wheat pennies out of it. Right there. Give you a better look at them. 1952 D. $1937. And I thought it was a 38, but I cleaned it up a little bit, rubbed it up a little bit better. And it's actually a 39. 1939. So that was pretty good finds. And then I found this 1960. It's all shiny. 1962 in really, really good shape. So I decided to keep it out special. So I've made it through the bottom box, and I got about $4 worth of copper pennies out of that box. I made it through the second box. I didn't find any wheat pennies, and I only found about $1.50 in copper. So I'm thinking somebody already had looked through, and maybe it just had a few. You know, they were few and far between. And same with this box here. Few and far between. Maybe, I'm guesstimating, because I don't do them all at once. I do a few just each night or whatever. Once I start getting bored with it, I quit doing it. But I've gotten probably about $3 so far out of this one. And this is what I have left to go to search through. No wheat pennies in it either. And I'm pretty sure that somebody's already gone through and definitely picked out the wheat pennies. And wheat pennies are getting harder and harder, you know. They quit making them in 58, so there's a lot of people who collect them and keep them. And so anytime they see them, they get taken out of circulation. Most of the time, as soon as they get found, they're out of circulation. So I feel lucky when I find 3 of them out of a box of $25 worth of pennies. But that's what I'm doing just to keep myself from getting cabin fever. So what you're seeing in the box is what I have left to go through. Those loose pennies in the bottom are the ones I will replace if I take any of them out. So this is the very next roll after I said that I haven't been finding anything any good. And lo and behold, right there is a wheat penny. And honestly, I have to say, those last rolls that I had left over in this box were the best rolls of the box. I was saving the best for last for sure. This roll actually had 1 extra penny in it. It was actually had 51 cents. So this is my tally of how it's going. And right there, see, +4. And, you know, once in a while, you find an extra penny, and then sometimes you find a couple pennies missing. And there again, these pennies are just the ones that I'm replacing the pennies that I take out of the rolls, just so I have full rolls at the end, and I can have a box to take back to the bank when I'm all done. So I'm sitting at that one wheat penny. That's how many coppers I've found so far today out of the first roll. So I've only done one roll so far. There it is, all gone through. Those are the ones that are going to get rolled back up. There's the empty roll I'm going to put them in when I'm all done. And so this is the second roll, and it again had one extra penny in it. I count them out to get the 50 just to see how many there are, and this one had the one extra penny in it. And so now I'll pick through and get any of the copper pennies out. Anything that's not copper goes on this side into a stack of 10 each, and I'll throw the coppers in the little pile and hopefully find some wheat pennies. So here I am with just 3 rolls left to go. I just opened up I had 4 rolls left to go. These are all the pennies that just need to get rolled back up. There's the first wheat penny I found. And you see this one here? It's a wheat penny, but unfortunately, somebody decided they were going to try to make a necklace or something out of it. So they ruined the value of it ever being any kind of collector's item. But it's a 1956. I'll still keep it as a wheat penny, and it's still worth at least about 3 cents, I think, right now is what the copper pennies are worth. About usually average about 3 cents, maybe 2.5 cents a piece. I didn't look it up today. I usually don't look it up. I just know it hangs around 2.5 to 3 cents a piece for the copper pennies. So that one will go into my wheat pennies, and I'll just flip it over so I recognize it's a wheat penny right away. And then the other bad thing about this roll, well, I mean, that's a good thing, but the bad thing about this roll is there was only 48 pennies in this roll. So I lost 2 pennies on this roll, which is what I was up for the day so far. So now I'm even, and I have to take from this pile 1 penny to make that a stack of 10 because I took the wheat penny off of it. So, yep, that's where I'm sitting. I don't know if there's any more wheat pennies in here or any copper. I haven't really looked at the dates. I just saw the hole in that one. It drew my attention. And then I figured out that it was a wheat penny. After this roll, I just have 3 left to go. So I'm almost done with that box. And then all I have to do is throw these pennies back into the rolls. Get all of the rolls from this box. Put back in it. And so, yep. So far right now, I'm still plus 4 pennies on this box. We'll see where I end up in the end. Just 2 rolls left to go. Got into that. And there we go. We have another wheat penny. Pretty ugly one, but it is a wheat penny. 1958. 1958D. Get it to focus. So that'll go into that. And again, that roll was shy 1 penny. So now in that box, I am only plus 3 pennies. Okay, so there we have it. I'm all finished. And this is the pile of copper pennies that I found today. And this is the pile of pennies I couldn't see the date on very well, so I'm going to weigh them. Here we go. I have my scale, and the copper pennies usually weigh 3.1, 3.2 grams, and any of the zinc pennies, they usually weigh about 2.5, 2.6 grams. So far, all of these have been copper, which is good news for me. Up there's the first one that's not. And the 1982s, you have to weigh them because some of them are zinc and some of them are copper. And the only way to tell is if you weigh them. And I'm getting pretty lucky on this batch. There's a whole lot more copper than zinc come out of this batch of them. Usually seems like I get more zinc than copper. So. And there we go. That's the last one of those. So there we go. That's all the coppers that I got. I got 3 wheat pennies, including the one with the hole, which is way better than I thought I was going to get out of this box the way it started out. These are all the pennies I still have to wrap up. I came up with one more extra penny in the last roll. So it gave me plus 4. I ended up this box with plus 4 cents extra. Now I'm going to put my coppers into the can. This is how many copper pennies I have so far. Add a few more. I never count them. I just throw them in this can and let it be that. So this box of pennies turned out a lot better than I figured it would have been. And that's why I'm always glad I just continue to go through them, even if I don't have very much luck at the beginning. Because sometimes you never know how it's going to end. But that's a wrap on this box of pennies. So I figure I'd just end this video about the same way I started it. We're sitting at just about -5 outside right now. It's not too bad compared to what it was this morning. I hope you enjoyed this little penny hunt that I did. I just want to thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. And until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I am out.